The Latin Monetary Union, LMU, was a 19th century attempt to unify several European currencies into a single currency that could be used in all the member states. It started out as France, Belgium, Italy, and Switzerland, and they changed their currency so it was a ratio of 15.5 silver to 1 gold, and they made their coins freely interchangeable. Then, Spain and Greece signed up in 1868, followed by Romania, Bulgaria, Venezuela, Serbia. But then, with the tacit agreement of Napoleon III of France, Giacomo Cardinal Antonelli, the administrator of the papal treasury, embarked on an ambitious increase in silver coinage without the prescribed amount of metal. The papal coins quickly became debased and excessively circulated in other Union states to the profit of the Holy See. But eventually, Swiss and French banks caught on, and they started to reject papal coins, and the papal states were kicked out of the Union. By 1873, the decreasing value of silver worldwide, because they were finding so much of it in Nevada, made it profitable to mint silver in exchange for gold at the Union's standard rate of 15.5 ounces silver to 1 gold. Indeed, fearing an influx of silver coinage, the member nations of the Union agreed in Paris on January 30th, 1874, to limit the free conversion of silver temporarily. By 1878, with no recovery in the silver price in sight, minting of silver coinage was suspended absolutely. From 1873 onwards, the Union was on a de facto gold standard, much like the United States, which, under the crime of 1873, as it's called, dumped silver except for small change transactions. Also, after 1873, failure of the LMU. It failed for a number of reasons. Some members, notably the Papal States Treasurer, began to debase their currency. This meant he minted coins with an inadequate amount of silver and then exchanged them for coins from other countries that had been minted correctly. More importantly, because new discoveries and better refining techniques increased the supply of silver, the fixed LMU exchange rate eventually overvalued silver compared to gold. German traders in particular were known to bring silver to LMU countries, have it minted into coinage, and then exchange for those gold coins at the discounted exchange rate. These destabilizing tactics eventually forced the LMU to convert to a pure gold standard in 1878. According to the Financial Times, another major problem of the LMU was that it failed to outlaw the printing of paper money based on the bimetallic currency, a weakness which was exploited by France and Italy. They printed banknotes to fund their own endeavors, effectively forcing other members of the Union to bear some of the cost of its fiscal extravagance by issuing notes backed by their currency. Greece also caused problems. According to the BBC, its chronically weak economy meant successive Greek governments responded by decreasing the amount of gold in their coins, thereby debasing their currency in relation to those of other nations in the Union, and in violation of the original agreement. Greece was formally expelled from the Latin Monetary Union in 1908. They let it back in 1910, though. So what's the moral of this story? Don't trust Greece. They had a bimetallic currency. They issued paper money that was supposedly backed by the metal. The problem is, everyone cheats. So the best thing you can do is to have just gold and silver that have their fineness and weight stamped and guaranteed. So there's no unit like a dollar or a franc or a drachma. And you decide what it's worth.